My female students loved my class, which made the false allegations against me look even more believable. I taught philosophy and ethics at the university for 12 years without a single incident. But that morning, my inbox became a minefield of subject lines: allegations, investigation notice, urgent, student complaint filed. I thought it was a phishing scam at first, until I clicked one. It came from the highest offices at the university, the people who could end my career with one decision. The message said I was under investigation for inappropriate relationships and potential grooming behavior with female students. I remember rereading the line about 5 times before I even breathed. My first class wasn't for another hour, but by then it didn't matter. The rumor had already spread. When I walked across campus, people stared. I caught a group of freshmen whispering. One of them pulled out her phone, trying to take a photo. When I got to my office, my TA, Emile, was there, sitting stiffly on the couch. She looked terrified. Dr. Walters, they questioned me already. I blinked. Questioned you? About what? She hesitated. They said I could speak freely. They asked if you'd ever crossed a line. That was the first time I actually laughed. Not because it was funny, but because it was so absurd. I'd been the department's model professor, never even accepted coffee invitations from students off campus. I'd always kept a polite distance. I'd seen too many scandals ruin good people. Emily wouldn't meet my eyes. Someone online said you flirt with your female students, that you favor them in class discussions. Favor them? I asked. For what? Participating? She swallowed hard. They said you touch their shoulders when you talk to them. I looked down at my hands, remembering every time I'd leaned over a student's desk to look at their paper, pointed at a sentence, or tapped the margin with my pen. 12 years of teaching, thousands of interactions, each one now twisted into evidence. When the dean finally called me in, she didn't look angry, just tired. You know why you're here, she said. I do, I answered. And it's not true. She slid a printed social media post across the desk. Then help me understand this. It was titled, PSA, Avoid Dr. Walters' Classes If You're a Woman. It was written by an anonymous student who claimed I'd preyed on emotionally vulnerable women, that I'd used grades as leverage, and even sent late-night texts asking to talk privately. I felt my throat close. That's insane, I said quietly. I don't even have their numbers. The dean tapped one of the paragraphs. She included screenshots. The screenshots were text messages, a phone contact labeled Dr. W, messages that read, "You're brilliant. You just need someone who believes in you. Meet me after class. I can help you understand the material better one-on-one." I looked up at her. That's not me. Those aren't my words. Can you prove that? She asked. I pulled out my phone and showed her. My texts to students always went through the university's online platform. Absolutely never from my personal number. Every message had timestamps, audit logs, all stored on the server. No heart emojis, no promises, just work. The dean frowned. Then how did she get these screenshots? What if you have another phone you use? We need to look into this. I didn't know, but by the end of the week, everyone knew what was happening. Every student who'd ever taken my class suddenly had an opinion. Some defended me, some didn't. Seemed to depend on the grade they had gotten. My lectures were reassigned pending outcome. I stopped leaving my house for a week, and the longer the school stayed silent, the guiltier I looked. Then one night, around midnight, I got an email from Emily. Subject line, "Please read this." It was a long message, written like a confession. She said she'd discovered that the screenshots were fabricated, created by her ex-boyfriend, a computer science major who'd failed my class 2 years prior. He'd taken my headshot from the faculty site, found old group photos of my students on Instagram, and built a fake text conversation between me and one of them. Emily said she'd confronted him, but he'd laughed and told her, "Let's see how moral your ethics prof is when the mob turns on him." I didn't sleep that night. By morning, I was in the dean's office again, this time with printed proof, metadata, file logs, everything. IT confirmed it within hours. The screenshots were fake, completely fabricated. The university lifted my suspension 2 days later.